Good evening and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this evening. Lots to talk about this evening, lots of Celtic news kicking about this evening. The fact that certain players, one player has been dropped from the Scotland squad, and one player who we thought may get into the Scotland squad hasn't made the cut at all. Yeah, Luke McCowan's not even made the cut. Just going to this, just double check that. Go to the full squad. Just it may interest people. Craig Gordon, Liam Kelly. I forget the goalkeepers. Defenders is Grant Hanley, Jack Hendry, Max Johnson, Scott McKenna, Ryan Porteous. Tony Ralston makes it for Celtic, Andy Robertson, John Sutton, Kieran Tierney, who will be a Celtic player next season, Ryan Christie, Lewis Ferguson, Billy Gilmer, Lennon Miller makes the cut for the international team, John McGinn, Kenny McLean and Scott McTominay. The forwards are Che Adams, Tommy Conway, Kevin Nisbet and James Wilson, who have made the cut. The big noticeable one who hasn't made it is obviously Greg Taylor. Greg Taylor hasn't. He's been dropped from the squad altogether, which must be bad for Greg, considering he's been a Celtic starter all season. And Lawrence Shankland is also dropped out. But anyway, who cares about Shankland? Couldn't care less about him. The big one is obviously Greg Taylor, and the fact a lot of people thought that may be Luke McCowan. Luke McCowan may get into, may have gotten into the Scotland squad, but he hasn't. He hasn't made the Scotland cut. So is that a good thing or a bad thing for Celtic? Just brighten that up a bit. Is that a good or a bad thing? I think it's a good thing for Celtic. Keep them away from the Scotland squad and keep them fresh for the run-in towards the end of the season, so that they can finish the season on a high. Because let's face it, the most important thing for Celtic just now is that the 55. Yeah, inward bound the 55. That is the most important thing for anyone associated with Celtic. And I don't care what they say about going to play for a national team. If you ask Tony Ralston what's more important to him, to maybe get a game for Scotland or to win the 55th title for Celtic, he's going to say the 55 all day long and a treble for Celtic. I don't care what anybody says, Tony Ralston would say that all day long. Now let's jump into the comments and see who is on the live this evening. David's in the house. Peace, love is in the house. Paul McGoon's in the house. Taylor has been a good player since he joined us. Yes, he's made mistakes, but any players who haven't, he's been a good player. He'll feel taverniered, disappointed. Greg Taylor will feel disappointed that he's been dropped for the squad. You've got to think about what Greg Taylor's mentally going through at the moment. I mean, he's obviously thinking about, he's just had a new kid and all the rest of it, and he's thinking about trying to protect the future, trying to make sure that he's financially set up for the future. He's been in and around the Scotland squad, and to get dropped, it'll be like, okay, I thought I'd been playing quite well this season. I mean, he's not had a bad season. You would think that Greg Taylor's playing in the Champions. Let's look at it. I mean, who's Clark got in? I mean, Greg Taylor, when you look at the players that's there, right? All the defenders, Greg Taylor's played at the highest level. I mean, he's not going to get in front of Andy Robertson and Kieran Tierney. That's who he's up against when it comes to the international. Both Andy Robertson and Kieran Tierney can play in that position. So, Greg Taylor's probably came through Scotland at a time where Scotland have been blessed with players for the left back position, and it's just a shame that that he has. But he's played he's out of everyone in the squad. He's probably played at the highest level. I mean, Andy Robertson, I don't know if he's been fit all season. Did he not miss part of the season this year? No idea. Anyway, move on from that. Stephen Johnson's in the house. Fishing Scotland's in the house. Celtic Mad's in the house. Also, Tam Mac. Paradise Found. Jim McClarty's in the house. Also, Jerry Cassidy. Sean Short. Mobley. Heavy Vibes. Play these shite interns during the summer. Play these shite interns during the summer. Yeah. I think that all international football should be played in June. And that's it. Just, I mean, there's a poll. Please tell me on earth how Luke McKinnon has... Exactly. But let's get this poll. This will be... I bet this is the one poll that gets 100% yes. It won't happen, but should international football just be played in June every year? Not throughout the season, doesn't fucking piss about with the season. Should it just be played in June and that's it? And you know, if it's World Cup, if it's a mini campaign thing to get into, should it just be played in June? And then so be it. I think so. Yes is 81%, no is 19%. Do people actually enjoy the international break? Do people enjoy the international break? Should have put that as it. What about July? You're starting to get ready for the season again in July. You're starting to get ready for the season again. You're into pre-season tournament, pre-season games for clubs, and I would rather go to a pre-season game than I would go to an international game. Just putting it out there. I'd go to a pre-season game for Celtic, and I have done many over the years, in quite a few countries. I would rather go to a pre-season friendly before an international game. Just putting it there. I despise international football, full stop, says Conan. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. No, boring as hell. Same 3 or 4 teams over and over again. Yeah, international football is that. It's. I mean, I can understand it's the pinnacle of a player's career. It's the pinnacle of any player wanting to get to play international football. But when there's that much international football now, it interrupts the seasons too much. Do you know, you've got the League of Nations Cup. Where the fuck did that come from? The fucking League of Nations. Who cares? You don't actually win anything in the League of Nations, do you? You just play that to get into the Euros. It's fucking nonsense. Just play the Euros in the World Cup. We don't need another competition. You know, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But anyway, that's international for you. Are you concerned both CCV and Trusty being called up days before a game with us? Nah. With us? Nah, not at all. They've done quite well. I'd rather go fishing than watch international games. So money bars literally draining people. Maybe it's because I grew up Scottish during... I obviously watched... I can remember watching the 1978 World Cup, and I remember the hype about the 1978 World Cup, and we'd all up the alleys, right? And I remember going to Argentina and we were going to fucking win everything. That was it. We were going to be world champions, and we fucking won fuck all. And then I remember Spain 82. And people coming back from Spain with sombreros. I didn't get that. It's like fucking which part of Spain's Mexico, but it was. And then, you know, there was Scotland were at tournaments then, so I can understand why as a kid I was like, oh, hey, fucking Scotland, yeah, fucking Scotland. And then as an adult you're like, yeah, fucking Scotland, fucking hate English. And then when the wilderness years fucking wilderness years, after manager couldn't get us into tournaments, Along comes a wee guy that goes, fuck you, Rangers, at Kilmarnock, and manages to get Scotland into tournaments, even though that he's achieved nothing as a manager during his career. It's bizarre, that one. It's completely bizarre when you had the likes of Strachan and Tommy Burns and, him for Ibrox all involved. But anyway, I think internationals are just whatever. And it's weird because I've got family members who are actually in the Tartan Army. They don't stay in Scotland either, but they're members of the Tartan Army and they go to every single away game. They go to every single away game with Scotland, and they have done for many years. And that's their little bit of fucking Scottish, you're fucking Scottish. Baz, it's Ali's Tartan Army. Fucking who cares what it was? It was 1978. This is Baz International is a far and few between now. Now there's too many. There is as many as club games, isn't there? And I think that's why you maybe got excited. Maybe that's why we got more excited about them back in those days, because they didn't come around as much. Baz St Johnstone in the semi. What's your thoughts? Did I not speak about that this morning? It's an easy game, I would have thought. It's pretty much the best. It's 1 foot into the final, and I don't mean any disrespect to St Johnstone with that, but it's one foot in the final, and it's like just a case of who do we get in the final. I can't see St Johnstone pulling off a shock at Hampden, not really. The mistreatment of Celtic players has nothing to do with the contempt for the Scotland national games. Yep. Talking a long time ago, but I love Scotland, says Lorna. Just don't enjoy watching them much. Lol. Fuck Scotland. Fuck Scotland. Fucking hate being Scottish. Fucking shite being Scottish. Fucking shite. We're ruled by a bunch of wankers. Ruled by a bunch of fucking wankers. We fucking vote for wankers. It's fucking shite being Scottish. Name the film. Anyway, fuck Scotland. To the 49ers fans. Fuck 49ers fans. Anyway, talking about transfers and talking about international football. There's one player that's came to Celtic who looks as if he may be on his way out the door. £3 million worth of defender. And their shouts were no defenders. Gustav Lagerbielke, who was brought to Celtic for £3 million in a deal from IF Elfsborg back in 2023, failed to do anything under the previous boss. Although did manage to grab a goal. He didn't. He came under Brendan, didn't he? He did manage to grab a goal in the Champions League last season, but he was deemed not up to the job by Brendan Rodgers. You got to remember that. Brendan Rodgers told him he was shite. You can leave. And then they pulled the plug on the deal as he was getting ready to get his boarding pass out and his passport and fucking I'm going to Italy. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fucking fuck you. And Brendan goes, no you're not. Cameron Carter-Vickers is injured. You're staying here. Fuck you. Oh, it's one of those nights. That is one of those nights. And then Gustav Lagerbielke, that goes on. He had already scored the goal in the Champions League by that point. He then hung about to the summer, and he was put out on loan to FC, some Belgian lot, FC 20. And he's doing fantastically well there. It's been suggested that he's going to be sold this summer. The 24-year-old centre-back is looking to move on. But Celtic are looking to put in a massive sell-on clause into the deal. You can't make it up. They're looking to put in... Celtic are expected to reap the benefits of not including a fixed option to buy into the clause. There's no option to buy. There's no obligation to buy. They're now looking to sell him on at a only Celtic. They're now looking to sell him on with profit and a big sell-on clause. If he does move again. I walked through Hampden that night and paid 30 pence to wave them off. Said Eddie. Jesus. Baz, been on the happy pills. Lorna, has been one of those days. But the emotions all over the place today. All over the place. Unbelievable. Yeah, can't talk about it. But yeah, it's been absolutely bonkers today. Absolutely bonkers. Anyway, we have just hit, there's been a few subscribers joined the club tonight. We have just hit 21,400 subscribers. Do you think that we're going to get to the big 22 before the end of the season? Can we get to 22,000 subscribers before? And thank you. And I mean this. And I mean it to you. It's just subscribe. Thank you. And I mean this to everyone that does subscribe to the channel. It does mean a lot to me. It is just a vanity number. Yes, I know that. And the big scale of things, it doesn't mean anything to the channel subscribers. It doesn't mean a jot, because you don't get paid per subscribers, you get paid per view. And about 78% of people that watch the channel do not subscribe. 78%. So just imagine that. It could be around about, we could be up and around about 70,000 easy subscribers if everyone would just subscribe to the channel and get it up there to we're at 21,401. So thank you to everyone, and I mean that. I do mean that. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. Yeah, Lorna, it's all fine. It was all fine. It was more to do with logistics of things. That's all I can say. It was all to do with logistics. I need to take that post back down. Anyway, Lagerbelke getting sold for a profit and a sell-on clause. You can only make it up. In other news, our very own German winger has spoke about the speculation of him leaving. Now, his agent said earlier on in the season, as far as they were concerned, we're not going anywhere. Kuhn has spoken, and he said, look, when I signed here, the challenge for me was to win everything. And so far, it's been a really great experience. I've really liked it. And I don't plan on going anywhere. Hopefully, there'll be some more trophies come the end of the season. My contract here runs until 2029. I very much look forward to what is ahead. That is a player that does not want to leave Celtic this summer. Nico Kuhn has basically said, look, I've got a contract to 2029. I'm in no rush to go out the door. If Celtic want to sell me, it is on them. The player's agent also spoke about it recently, saying, look, we are not walking out on Celtic. We're not going to another club because this success story was created by Celtic. The success that Nico Kuhn is having and the level of football that he is playing at, now that's a good agent. That's a good agent that understands that certain players need to be at a certain club. And when a player comes to Celtic and he manages to get the recognition from his international manager. The international manager, Jeremy, says that Kuhn's definitely a player that they're looking at. Nico Kuhn's got a lengthy contract. He's here till 2029. He doesn't need to rush out the door. He's not a player that his agent will have told him, look, you don't need to go anywhere fast. You're still young enough to enjoy a good few years at Celtic. Get the trophies under your belt. Get the winners' medals round your neck. Because when you go to another club, you may be going to a club that might not win medals. And you might look back at the end of your career and go, do you know what? Celtic was the most successful part of my football career because of what you won. And I think that that's what Nico Kuhn is thinking as well. He's like, look, if a big offer comes in, Kuhn will be out the door. I don't think he will be this summer. I don't think so. I don't think that Kuhn will be a player that Brendan Rodgers wants to sell. I don't think that he is one that he wants to sell. I think that he still thinks that he can make him a better player. And you've got to remember, he's only had one good season at Celtic. He's not even been here for a full 2 years yet. He's only been here for just coming up for a year and a half. So I think that he's going to be here for another couple of years for definite. But Kuhn has come out and he said, and this was all to do with the speculation, it's all to do with the speculation that Newcastle are looking to spend some money this summer, and they have said that the right wing spot is something that they want to target. And it looks like Nico Coons went, no chance. I'm not going to Newcastle. Fucking, what have they won? We went for Shearer, but he's a wanker. You can't take Nico away. Anyway, that's all out tonight, isn't it? Neil Lennon states, what a rare time has now become the norm at a Celtic. Yes, exactly. What was rare at the time has now become the norm at Celtic, and he's on about trebles. What else could Neil Lennon be talking about? And it's true. What was rare until Martin O'Neill came into Celtic is now the norm. And have fans been ultimately spoiled? When Neil Lennon was eating away at his opponents under Martin O'Neill, it was far more competitive at the top of the table. The thing is, Neil, you're the one who started the run to 9 in a row. You know, so although trebles didn't really come in until the current manager came through the door, Neil Lennon went on to say, back as my time as a player, trebles were so rare. He says, when you think of what Celtic have done over the last decade with Brendan Rodgers coming in initially, and then to follow that through the last 7 or 8 years, it is unbelievable to see how many trebles Celtic have won. It's an incredible, it's almost like it's an expectation, and it's a disappointment if you don't get a treble. That's how good Celtic have become as a football club. He will want to have a step up and have a great run in Europe, says Neil Lennon. He knows that Brendan Rodgers will want to take the club to the next level, and that's obviously with a strong European squad. Some of the football that Celtic have been playing this year has been breathtaking. They have a strong squad. We have the will to win. 2 or 3 games to win another potential treble. But Brendan Rodgers won't be taking it for granted, he said. He said things were difficult for him last year, there's no question about it. The title race was close, and at the end, in the last 6 weeks of the season, Celtic prevailed and they won the cup. This year, we're a way out in front. Celtic fans are certainly looking for a treble this year, and that dominance, that era, the 20-year era of dominance, because it's 20-year dominance of Scottish football. And listen, we all know that until Martin O'Neill comes through the door, we hadn't won a treble since Jock Stein. And when Martin O'Neill won that treble, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. But we know we don't take it for granted. And the thing is, do you know what? We're going to enjoy it, because it's an absolutely fantastic time to be a Celtic fan. Peace and Love says, can't wait for the 90 hours to get a shock of what they've supported. Oh, Jesus. Steve Docherty says, it's really funny about one... where's the comments just gone? Oh, but one of the songs sung by Liverpool fans are Celtics. Yeah. Lorna says, Dan, I had a feeling you would say that. And Cassie says, well, I hope you won't get rid of V. Daniel Cummins. The now plus... Daniel Cummins, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone for 3-1 with Jota. Danny's love has now changed to Jota. Remember, Danny's love was all about Kyogo. It's now changed to Jota, isn't it, Danny? He reckons they're going to run amok this weekend. Eddie says, Baz, this is only fans view I subscribe to. It's good that the fans join in the chat. And it's also a good laugh for most of the time. Thank you, Baz, for keeping it going for so long. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you. No, and I mean that. Thank you. I know that there's a lot of podcasts out there. There's a lot of channels out there that people can tune into to get their Celtic fixed. Some being paid journalists, some being YouTubers, and some being people who have external income from their Celtic activities. It's where I just do this, and this is it. This is it, and it's for the love. It is for the love, and it's to keep me involved. Really, it is to keep me involved. After being involved for so long with Celtic and having went to games, I know what it feels like for everyone that's done that in their life and moved away for whatever reasons. You know, people move away from Scotland for lots of different reasons. And if anybody had said to me, 2019, at that time when I was in the exact spot that Kyogo's in just now, if anybody had said to me that that would be my last away game for about 3 years, my last European away game at Rennes, I'd have went, fucking shut up. Shut the fuck. What are you going to fucking shut up, you? I would have done that. Frank McAvenny has a channel. Is it? Is it? Does he? Does Macca have a channel? Jesus, they're all getting onto it, aren't they? They're all getting onto it. But no, I love it. I love it. And it is a weird thing that there is only around about 75% of people that watch the channel are subscribed to it. Anyway, I asked, should all international football just be played in June every year? Just fucking do away with it. Just a couple of games in June. Quite easily. Criminally. There's lots of piss out there as well, past. Fuck you, said that, Lorna. Because I say it and I get slated. Yeah, you fucking wanker, you fucking talk piss, you talk some fucking shit, you. Put your teeth in and come back, pal. Let's Be Frank, it's called. I'll need to check it out. Let's Be Frank. See if you get Frank. Could you imagine me, Frank McAvenny, doing a fucking up like that? Like, Frank, tell us the truth. Many of the birds did you Hitman Heart, don't worry about it. Evening Celtic Mad, mate, says Jamesy Boy. Let's Be Frank, it's called. I need to check that one out. Right, anyway, Celtic news. Only one Celtic player has made the squad, Tony Ralston. And it's weird because Tony Ralston will probably get a start in these games, which is pretty weird. He doesn't get a game for Celtic, yet a player that does get a game for Celtic doesn't get in the squad. But when you look who's in the midfield, and will it be good that if Lennon Miller has that and this is a big one for Celtic as far as Celtic is concerned. Now that Lennon Miller is an international recognised player, will Celtic go all out? And can Lennon Miller be a future Celtic captain? That's all to be asked about. Anyway, Neil Lennon's been talking about trebles. What other Celtic news is out there tonight? Nothing new. Everybody talk about... it's just all old stuff, isn't it? Celtic flop. Yeah, just you could tell it's a slow news week when you've got all the sites that come out with articles are just regurgitating old shite. The reason why Arsenal star Kieran Tierney wears short sleeves in training is because of a Celtic legend. That's fucking Bruni. He's fucking Bruni's like, what are you wearing a fucking long sleeve shirt for, you wuss? Oh, you fucking wuss, you. Anyway. Let me just read this, fucking just for the shits and giggles. Yeah, it's because of Scott Brown, I knew that. I fucking had to read 3/4 of that article just to fucking know what... Jesus Christ. See what I mean? It's like articles are just... Jesus God, man. Somebody's actually done a big, huge article. And then it's like, well, we all know it was because of Scott Brown. It's simple. Fuck. We need that's why we need Tierney back. We need Tierney back wearing the short sleeves at training. None of this fucking gloves and shit. Fucking need Tierney in there and go, oh, you fucking prick. What you got that on for? Yeah, fucking knobhead. Get the fuck. It's not that cold. Fucking slaver and shite, man. Mother will add another 5 million at his price now, says Angler Ayrshire. Wee Barry goes on Grindr. Barry Ferguson goes on Grindr. Does he? Jesus. How did you find that out, Celtic man? Did you swipe left and fuck shit, that's Barry Ferguson? Fuck! Come back the other way. Is that how you found out? I'm like, fucking shit. I don't know, did they swipe on Grindr? I have fucking no idea. Anyway, let's talk about the game versus the New Scum. Nah, there's plenty of time for that. It's only Tuesday. It is Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, it's only Tuesday. We've got a whole week to talk about them. Talk about formations and team. I mean, the team's going to speak for himself. I think we just need a little bit of lull. I'm not going to get carried away this week with the fucking, it's fucking Rangers at Sevco. I think that Fanny, KT, here you Fanny boss. Exactly, yeah. Sports most of the day watching Everton Celtic, but once a Celtic fan view does it for me. Says Spacey. Excellent. Some podcasts are all over the shite saying things like dress us to Celtic. What? Name and shame them. Who the fuck says dressers to Celtic? You're fucking joking. There is not one Sevco player that would get in the Celtic team. The fucking nonsense, man. With this haircut, Bazzi has to be. Bad, man. Anyway, I'm going to finish up this poll. It's had 153 votes. Should all international football just be played in June every year? Due to the fact that the Champions League has increased its games, the Europa has increased its games. Players at the top of their game. Just reading the comment. I'm just going to end the poll. Oh, Jesus, man. The Daily Rangers will try to compare dressers to Dyson. Oh, my God. That's no right in the head. It's no right in the head. Jesus God, man. What's wrong with people? Anyway, Joe Hart reacts to Schmeichel's Celtic comments. Let's see what Joe Hart... God, people are totally milking out articles just now, aren't they? Schmeichel's stepped into the number one. Get to the point. What was the point? The point was a sentence. 3/4 of the way down a page. And I still... there we go. Talking to Talk Sport, Joe Hart says that he absolutely enjoyed it. I earned a good career, and then towards the end, it started to peter out. I thought, well, maybe that's it. You've had your peak years at football, and then along came an opportunity. 3 years of demanding excellence and demanding results. Hart went on to express his admiration for success for Kasper Schmeichel, saying, I hear Kasper talk a lot about why he's so in love with it, because he felt the exact same way. It's a different feeling from winning to being expected to win. You go to the next game and it's win, 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 and then there's all the trophies. There we go. That was that. The fucking... Oh, Jesus. Anyway, let's hope that there's some more Celtic news out tomorrow, something decent, because it is the beginning of the Derby week. Tomorrow we will start the big Derby week news. We will start talking about them. Baz, Liverpool game is good. Is it? I forgot it was on. I'm going to go and watch it. Cheers, Parkhead boy. Baz, it comes from Stupid Fake Podcasts. Yeah. Barry Ferguson married in a Catholic church. Well, there you go. I'm not reading some of these comments. There's so much fake crap on YouTube. It's no wonder their behaviour. No wonder the behaviour of some people. I don't think there's a lot of fake crap on YouTube. There's a lot of nonsense written in the media as well. It's like comparing a fish supper to a local chippy to a 5-star Michelin restaurant. Just don't give Joe Hart a microphone. Yeah. He doesn't shut up. Could you imagine in a few years' time, Alistair Johnson doing commentary on Celtic? Could you imagine Alistair Johnson and Joe Hart doing commentary on Celtic in about 10 years' time? What the fuck? Joe Hart's going, huh? And then fucking Ali Johnson just not shutting the fuck up, just keeping on going. Anyway, right, I am done and dusted for this evening. Dan says it's 100 times better. I'm not your idea what I was going about. Mad stuff, you start yapping and all. Daydream stuff. Yeah, it is. Anyway, thank you to everyone who is watching tonight. Thank you to the subscriber who just unsubscribed. Thank you to the one who just did subscribe. Alistair Johnson can talk to for Europe. Yeah, he can. He can talk. I'd love to interview Alistair Johnson. And you'd go into the interview and I'd get my pipe and slippers, fucking sit back, and he'd go, "What the fuck are you doing?" I fucking got to listen to you for the next hour. Anyway, on that note, Big Des says, cheers, Baz and Troops, the one Celtic fans view community like no other. It's always good to finish off the video with a nice little bit of laughter. I'd love to just Alice Johnson. I need to go to a pipe shop. What the fuck are you wanting a pipe shop for? Who the fuck has pipes? There's bongs these days. No, I need an old-fashioned pipe. And then fucking... this is the hat that I'd wear. This is me. Going to interview fucking Alistair Johnson. Fucking pipe slippers and fucking the whole lot shebang. Anyway, on that note, have an absolutely fantastic day. And if you say to me, what the fuck are you wearing that hat for? I've got to listen to you for the next 45 minutes. And on that note, have a fantastic evening. Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world even.